Hi guys, Tony here with a new lesson. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm really excited about this one because I'm going to share with you a technique that, and I'm not being dramatic when I say this completely changed the way that I play guitar, and I would say it's the most important thing that I learned, and it's also the most fun thing to play around with. So I'm very excited to share this with you. This is accumulation of years of my own practice and my own learning, and I promise if you apply this technique to your practice every day, it will dramatically change the way you play and the way that you see the guitar. Before I started applying this technique, I was really just aiming aimlessly around the fretboard. I knew chords, I knew some scales, but I didn't really know how to put them together. What I'm about to show you can really bring your guitar playing up to the next level, so make sure you catch everything. Get your guitar and let's get started. Alright guys, so basically we're going to practice a couple of moves, right? You're going to practice them, I'm going to show you them, and you're going to dial in some magical muscle memory under your fingers. So when you're playing off the cuff, you're ripping out licks like it's nothing. Alright, so we're going to be looking at a rock progression, right? An E, an A, and a B. Okay? That's your chords if you're playing a blues, a 1-4-5, or a rock progression in the key of E, right? So let's look at what we can do with the E chord first. So when I look at an E chord, I see shape 3 of the pentatonic scale, right above my middle finger, right? So I've got 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4. How easy is that box? It's really great to have that right within the chord, and that also means if I was playing my E-shaped bar chord for A and B, I've got the same notes round about that E shape, alright? The same, shape 3. So right away I know whenever I've got that shape, I've got that on my doorstep, which is really cool. Now, it doesn't end there, right? I've also got shape 4, which extends onto that, right? So if I slide on the D string from 4 to 6, I'm into shape 4 now. But we're not going to be looking at the whole thing, not whole shapes, just little moves that we can do. Alright, so I've got shape 3, sliding into shape 4 here, and that's a really cool move. Alright, sliding from 4 to 6 in the D, and then getting 4 on the G. So the move we're going to practice, we're going to play an E chord. We're going to slide up to shape 4 and back again, right? So here we go. A little slower. Play the E chord. We're going to slide from 2 to 4. Up the scale. And that's move number 1. We are going to look at the A chord, okay, and what we've got on the A chord. Now I love the A chord shape because we have shape 1 of the pentatonic scale, right? Being a major chord, we've got the root here in the 2 and the G, 5 in the E on both strings as well. Alright, so one cool move to practice is this kind of Hendrix thing you've got going on, because when you're in the A chord here, you've got these other 2 notes on the 4th fret on the D and G, which are really accessible with your 3rd finger. Alright, so you can practice that. The move you're going to look at actually incorporates that, but also shape 2, you know, the extension of shape 1, brings us into shape 2. Alright, and again, this is all about visualization and visualizing what scales are around what chords. So we've got A, shape 1, and it's shape 2. Alright, so the move we're going to practice goes like this. Alright, so we're hammering on from 2 to 4 in the D, then again 2 to 4 in the G, and sliding up to 6, getting 5 in the B, and then sliding again from G, 64. Alright. Back to 2. 4 in the D. And then we're going to bend the 4 up, back down, and back to the root, 1, 2. Alright, and that's move number 2. Okay, so move number 3 is also a Hendrix inspired move, and it sounds so cool. It is my favourite move to use. You'll hear it all the time, especially in kind of John Mayer, Hendrixy kind of stuff, and it just sounds sweet. The trick is knowing where the move is. Okay, so we're going to be looking at the E shape again, but in a bar chord context. So we've got E here, we've got the A shape, oh sorry, the A chord using the E shape on the 5th fret, and we've got the B using the E chord on the 7th fret. Now we've already clarified that when we've got the E chord, above it we have shape 3, right? That means over this bar chord we have shape 2, sliding into shape 1. That would be for B. For A, alright. Now what we're going to be looking at is a double stop using that. So the bottom 2 strings, we can do that using those notes from the scale. So what I'm doing is I'm hammering on, this is using the B on the 7th fret, bottom 2 strings, I'm barring the bottom 2, and I'm hammering on the B on the 9th fret from 79. And then I'm using my index finger on the G on the 6th fret, middle finger on the B on the 7th fret, and I'm hammering on with my my 3rd finger onto 8 on the G, but I'm getting the G and B strings when I do that, right? And then when I come into the A chord, I can do the same thing. And then I can slide back into shape 1. And that's it. Okay guys, so they're very important moves to know when you're practicing the major chords. But of course, there is the minor chords. When you're playing rock and blues, there's tons of them. Alright, you're going to be using a lot of minor chords. So make sure you catch my other lesson here, which goes over the minor chord shapes, the scales, and some moves that you can use with them as well. Alright guys, take it easy, and I'll see you soon.